It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. We'd been together for 3 years, and I thought we were invincible. Every day felt like a dream, full of love, laughter, and memories. We had been through so much together. The first time we met felt like fate, and now we were planning our future. But little did I know, one morning everything was about to change. That morning, I woke up early to get ready for work. I glanced at him as he lay beside me, peacefully asleep. His phone was buzzing on the bedside table. I told myself I wouldn't look, but curiosity got the best of me. Just a quick glance wouldn't hurt, right? I picked up the phone and saw a message pop up on the screen. The text read, "Should we continue seeing each other?" My heart skipped a beat. It wasn't from me. It wasn't from anyone I recognized. Suddenly, the room felt colder. My thoughts raced, but I couldn't ignore it. Who was it? I couldn't just forget what I saw. I tried to calm myself, but the doubt kept growing. I knew I had to check. I swiped through his phone, old messages, photos, everything. What I found made my stomach twist. There were messages from someone I didn't know, talking about meeting up. This wasn't just a casual conversation. It was something much more intimate. By the time he woke up, I was already sitting up in bed, my mind racing. I couldn't keep this to myself anymore. I had to confront him. "Who is she?" I asked, my voice shaking. I was scared, but I had to know the truth. His eyes widened, and for a moment I thought I had imagined it. But then he didn't answer right away. His gaze shifted, and I saw it. The guilt. He couldn't look me in the eye. He paused. "It's complicated," he said. Complicated. My mind went blank. How was this complicated? I demanded an answer. "Is there someone else?" His face turned pale, and he finally spoke. "Yes." In that moment, my world shattered. The man I loved, the one I had trusted with everything, had been seeing someone else. Behind my back. The room spun. My heart felt like it was being ripped out of my chest. I couldn't believe it. I was in disbelief. How could this happen to me? How could I have been so blind? He was the person I trusted most, the one I thought would never hurt me. "You said you loved me," I whispered, barely able to speak. "You promised we'd be together forever." "I do love you," he replied softly, "but I've been confused. I didn't want to hurt you." I stared at him, but I didn't recognize him anymore. The man I thought I knew was gone. He had been lying to me all along. For a moment, I felt like I was suffocating. The tears started to fall, but I didn't care. The hurt was too much. I needed to know more. What had I missed? How could he hide this from me for so long? Why did you do this?" I asked, my voice rising. He sighed, almost as if he had been waiting for me to ask, because I wanted to. "I'm sorry, but I wanted something more. I didn't know how to stop." His words hit me like a slap. "Who is she?" I demanded, trembling. He hesitated, but then reluctantly gave me the name. It was someone I'd never heard of, someone who had been part of his life for months. I felt a new wave of anger building inside me. I had been blind, trusting someone who had kept secrets from me for so long. I couldn't understand how I had missed all the signs. Every little detail, every little lie. It was all so clear now. The messages, the late nights, the strange excuses. How had I not seen it? I confronted him once more. "You said you loved me, but you were living a double life." His silence was all I needed. "Do you really think this is something I can just forgive?" I said, my voice steady, despite the storm inside me. "Do you think you can just walk back into my life after what you've done?" He didn't answer. He couldn't. I needed to walk away. I couldn't keep holding on to a lie. I stood up, grabbed my things, and walked out the door. For the first time in years, I felt free.